Hello, picture this. You're standing on the bustling streets of New York City. Yellow cabs honking, skyscrapers towering above. People rushing past, speaking fast. Confident American English. And someone turns to you, a stranger with kind eyes, and asks, "Hey, where are you from?" And in that split second, your stomach drops, your mind races. Every word you practiced for months disappears. And all you can manage is a weak smile and a mumbled ah. India, while inside you're screaming. I know English. I studied. I practiced. Why can't I just speak? But what if, in the next 4 hours, right now, in this very moment, you could rewrite that story? What if you could turn that fear into fire? That silence into strength? That shame into a voice so real, so raw, so powerfully authentic that the next time someone asks you anything, you don't just answer. You own the conversation. You make them lean in. You make them remember you. Welcome to Day 4 of the 7-Day Speak Your Truth Challenge on Mindway. The only English learning journey that doesn't hide behind perfect pronunciation or grammar drills, but dives straight into the heart of what makes communication real. Vulnerability, authenticity, and emotional truth. And over the next 4 hours, you're not just going to learn English, you're going to live it. You're going to speak from the parts of you that hurt, that hope, that heal, because the truth is, the most magnetic English isn't spoken by people who never mess up. It's spoken by people who've been laughed at, who've cried after failing a presentation, who felt small in a room full of native speakers, and still chose to open their mouth and say, "This is me, and today, you're going to do exactly that." So stand up, walk around, grab a glass of water. Find a mirror if you can, because this 4-hour masterclass is going to move you. Body, voice, and soul. Let's begin with the one thing no language app will ever teach you. How to speak when you're terrified. Because fear isn't the opposite of fluency. It's the gateway. Say this out loud right now. I am afraid to speak English sometimes. Say it slow. Say it shaky. Say it with a crack in your voice. Don't fix it. Don't hide it. Let it be real. Because that crack, that tremble, that honesty, that's where connection begins. Now say it again. But this time, stand taller. Breathe deep from your belly. And let the fear sit beside the truth. I am afraid to speak English sometimes. And I'm still here. Still trying. Still growing. Feel that shift. That's vulnerability in action. That's the first step to authentic English. Now, let's go deeper. Because authenticity isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. It's about showing up as you are, not as you think you should be. And the fastest way to kill authenticity is to pretend. To use fake confidence, to memorize robotic phrases like, "I am fine, thank you, and you." when inside you're dying to say, "Actually, I'm nervous, but I really want to connect with you. So right now, speak this truth aloud. I don't always know the right words, and that's okay. Say it like you mean it. Say it like you're telling a friend. Say it like you're setting yourself free. Because the moment you stop pretending to be perfect, you start sounding human. And humans connect with humans, not robots. Now, let's build your first authenticity anchor. A 60-second ritual you'll do every single day before speaking English. Step 1. Place your hand on your heart. Feel it beating. Step 2. Close your eyes and say silently, "I am enough. My voice is enough. My story is enough." Step 3. Open your eyes. Look in the mirror or at your phone camera and say out loud, "I'm showing up as me today. Messy, real, and ready." Step 4. Take one deep 4 to 6 breath. Inhale 4, hold 2, exhale 6. And step 5, smile. Not a fake one, a real one, the kind that reaches your eyes. Now do the full ritual right now. I'll wait, hand on heart, silent promise. Mirror talk, breath, smile, done. Good, because that just rewired your brain for authenticity. Now let's talk about the power of the imperfect sentence. Because every time you wait for the perfect English, you lose the moment, but every time you speak imperfectly with truth, you win the connection. Say this messy, real sentence aloud. I mix up was and were sometimes, but I still have something important to say. Say it with a laugh. Say it with pride. Say it with ownership. Because that imperfection makes you relatable, makes you trustworthy, makes you human. Now, let's craft your first vulnerable micro-story. A 3-line truth that reveals, connects, and heals. Line 1, the raw setup. I remember my first English presentation in college. My hands were shaking so bad I dropped my notes. Line 2, the emotional low. I wanted to run. I felt stupid. I thought everyone was judging me. Line 3, the authentic rise. But I picked up the paper, looked up, and said, "I'm nervous. But I care about this." And suddenly, they were with me. Now it's your turn. Create your own 3-line vulnerable truth. Use this template. I remember real moment. I felt real emotion, but I real action. And real result, example. I remember my job interview in English. I forgot the word for experience, but I said, "I've done this work for 3 years. Let me show you." And I got the job. Now speak your story aloud. 3 times, first slow and honest. Second, with a soft smile. Third, with quiet pride. Record it on your phone. Listen back. Notice how the vulnerability doesn't weaken your English. It strengthens it. Now let's layer in emotional contrast. Because flat truth is forgettable. But truth with emotional range is unforgettable. Take your 3-line story and tell it 3 ways. First version, quiet and reflective. Soft voice, slow pace. Second version, warm and relatable. Medium pace, gentle smile. Third version, strong and triumphant. Chest voice, firm tone, rising energy. Record all three. Compare. Which one made you feel most alive? Which one would make a stranger care? That's the one you use in real conversations. Now let's master the art of the emotional pause. Because vulnerability needs space to land. After a raw truth, don't rush. Don't fill the silence with or you know. Let the silence breathe. Say this, I used to hate my accent. Pause for seconds. Now I love it, because it's mine. Feel how the pause gives weight to the truth. Now add it to your story. I remember my first English presentation. Pause. I dropped my notes. Pause. But I spoke anyway. Record it? The pauses make the vulnerability deeper, the connection stronger. Now, let's talk about the mirror exercise. A 10-minute daily practice that builds unshakable authenticity. Stand in front of a mirror. Look yourself in the eyes. And answer these 4 questions out loud in English. Question 1. What am I feeling right now? Question 2. What do I need to say that I've been avoiding? Question 3. What part of my story am I proud of, even if it's messy? Question 4. How can I show up more real today? Answer each one honestly. No filter, no perfection, just truth. Example. I'm feeling anxious about my English call later. I need to say I don't understand sometimes. I'm proud I kept practicing after failing. Today I'll speak slower and smile more. Do the full 10 minutes now. Record it if you can. This is emotional muscle memory. This is how authenticity becomes automatic. Now, let's integrate sensory truth. Because vulnerable stories without senses are flat, but stories with smell. Touch, sound, sight are alive. Upgrade your 3-line story with sensory details. I remember my first English presentation in a hot, crowded classroom, the air conditioner broken. Sweat on my forehead, my notes slipping from shaky fingers. Now add sound. I could hear my heart pounding louder than the teacher's voice. Now add touch. The cold metal of the desk under my palms as I gripped it for support. Now, add sight. I saw 30 faces staring, waiting. Judging, now retell your full sensory story aloud. Slow, vivid, real. This is immersion. This is presence. Now let's practice the vulnerability sandwich. A communication structure that keeps you safe while being real. Layer 1. Positive intent. I really want to connect with you. Layer 2. Vulnerable truth. I get nervous speaking English fast. Layer 3. Positive close, but I'm working on it. And I'd love your help. Say the full sandwich aloud. Notice how the positive bookends make the vulnerability feel safe. Not scary. Now use it in a real sentence. I care about this project. I sometimes struggle with technical words, but I'm learning every day. Let's do this together. This is professional vulnerability. This is leadership English. Now let's do the Fear to Truth translation drill. Take a common fear and turn it into an authentic statement. Fear. I sound stupid when I make mistakes. Truth. I make mistakes, and that means I'm trying. Fear. They'll laugh at my accent. Truth. My accent is part of my journey, and I'm proud of it. Fear. I'll forget what to say. Truth. If I forget, I'll pause, breathe, and keep going. Now create 5 Fear to Truth pairs from your own life. Speak them aloud. Record them. This is mental reprogramming. This is confidence building. Now, let's build your authenticity playlist. A 30-minute daily speaking practice with 4 tracks. Track 1. 5 minutes of mirror questions. Track 2. 10 minutes of sensory story retelling. Track 3. 10 minutes of vulnerability sandwich practice. Track 4. 5 minutes of Fear to Truth affirmations. Do the full playlist every day. Record 1 track per day. By day 7, your voice will sound like home. Now let's talk about the power of I don't know. Because pretending to know everything kills trust. But saying I don't know, let me find out, builds it. Practice this phrase in 3 tones. Curious, I don't know. Can you tell me more? Confident, I don't know yet, but I will. Warm. I don't know, and that's okay. We'll figure it out together. Now use it in a full sentence. I don't know the perfect word for this, but I feel excited to share my idea anyway. This is mature English. This is authentic leadership. Now let's do the emotional scale exercise. Rate your vulnerability from 1 to 10, 1 being safe small talk, 10 being raw truth. Start at level 3. I practiced English today. Move to level 6. I practiced even though I was embarrassed. Move to level 9. I cried after my last presentation, but I scheduled another one anyway. Speak each level aloud. Notice how your voice changes. Your posture shifts. Your energy rises. This is emotional range training. Now let's craft your day for authenticity declaration. A 30-second spoken manifesto you'll record and listen to daily. I am not my mistakes. I am not my fear. I am not my accent. I am a learner, a fighter, a storyteller. I show up messy. I speak truth. I grow every day. My English is mine. My voice is valid. My story matters. And today, I choose courage over perfection. Speak it slow. Speak it strong. Speak it proud. Record it. Set it as your phone alarm. Let it be the first thing you hear every morning. Now let's integrate everything into a 15-minute authenticity flow practice. Begin with hand on heart. Silent promise, mirror talk. Sigong R. Leo breath, smile. Then tell your sensory vulnerable story with emotional contrast and pauses. Then use the vulnerability sandwich in a mock conversation. Then end with your authenticity declaration. Do the full 15 minutes now. Record it. This is your day for final exam. Now for the 4-hour practice loop. First hour. Authenticity, ritual, plus mere questions. Second hour. Sensory story crafting and retelling with emotional scale. Third hour, vulnerability sandwich roll, plays in different scenarios. Job interview, coffee chat, team meeting. Fourth hour, fear to truth drills. Authenticity playlist, declaration recording. And community challenge, your day for mission. Record your full 15-minute authenticity flow. Post your 3-line vulnerable story in the comments with hashtag MindWayDay4. Reply to one other learner with empathy. Tag a friend who needs this courage. Tomorrow, day 5. We master resonance, projection, and the voice that fills rooms. Subscribe now. Turn on notifications. Because your truth isn't waiting for perfect English, it's waiting for you. This is Mindway. This is your voice. This is your story. Speak it, own it, live it. See you tomorrow.